What up, nerds? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, a Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12, Episode 13 review. Next week will be the mid-season finale episode. But you guys, if you have not sent in a question for Ask Keisha and Mo, please do so. The email address is askkeishaandmo@gmail.com. And if you have not checked out the first episode, it is up right now, and it is so juicy and drama filled and funny. But send in your questions, anything that you need advice on, to askkeishaandmo@gmail.com. Now, on this week's episode, they immediately kick off with Sierra and Carly planning their joint engagement party with their fiancés. They go and play, I think, a little pickleball or something like that. And then they sit down and have lunch with each other and talk about everything. So now it is time for Keisha's Theater. So we doing our engagement party together. Y'all okay with that, right? Yeah, I just want to know, who gonna be on this guest list. Everybody, Sierra like to invite the entire world. She ain't got no friends. Don't say it like that. I do have friends. They just don't like me right now. We love each other, but we just dysfunctional. And you don't mind some of the dysfunctional family you don't get along with coming, right? At this point, I've learned how to just go with the wind, go with the flow. I just be floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. I'm like a little leaf blowing in the wind. That's just how I look at life now, girl. I don't take nothing seriously because I'm about to be married for the 50th time, girl. I can't be thinking about these heifers. Yeah, I gotta do the same-ish, girl. Same. I don't need to be out here holding grudges with people. I'm 55 years old. I don't know how much time I got left. Exactly, especially between you and the Bam. And don't forget you and Amy. I can't do nothing with Amy, girl. Like, she just weird. She's a weirdo. Like, Amy is just a weird person, but I would love for Bam to be there. That's my girl. Are you okay if the Bam come to our engagement party, Carly? Like what you did with Amy. If you suck it up with Amy, I have to suck it up with Bambi. It's only fair. What about Spice, though? Was she coming? She told me she couldn't make it, which I'm glad, because I'm still pissed at her bitch. She doing a cast album, right? Yes, Sierra, you have talked about this 50 million times. We get it, girl. They're doing a cast album. People are taking shots at you. We get it. Well, I'm going to explain it to you again, Carly. So she allowed Amy to put this record dissing me as her number one on the album. Like, how could you do that to me? We supposed to be sisters. And then they just going to play me and turn their backs on me? Well, what Spice got against you for her to do that? Girl, I do not know. It's so weird. I invited Spice to Carly and I's engagement party because Amy's little diss track performance, but she told me she was going to be out of town and couldn't make it, which is fine by me. It's already going to be hard enough for me to play nice with Amy, old donkey looking ass. I don't need the extra spice in my life. And scene. So after that, they talk about the fact that Carly's daughter Jasmine's father passed away. He had a stroke, and she was left with having to pull the plug on her father. So I'm guessing maybe she was the oldest and next of kin for him, or maybe she was his only child. I don't know. But Carly goes on to say how her daughter is really struggling with it. And of course, anybody would, that's a horrific thing for anybody to have to do. So I'm sending my condolences to Jasmine, and I'm hoping that she's doing better. Has anybody ever seen her baby? Didn't she have a little girl? I don't follow Carly on social media, so I don't know if Carly ever posted the grandbaby or what. But after that, we see Scrappy telling Spice that he's going on a date with none other than Amy. And she was like, I thought you said wasn't nothing going on between y'all. He was like, no, it's a fun date. It's a fun date. We gonna eat fun dip. And I was like, what is a fun date? Sir, it's a date. Like, stop, please. So then Zell meets up with Yandy so they could talk about their little situation that happened. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was really shocked that right off the rip, Zell came in apologizing to Yandy for, making that comment about how she got enough with her own husband and she needs to be worrying about. I was very shocked that he came in being very apologetic because what he said was being shady, but Yandy got to stop laughing at other people's pain. I understand that they're filming a reality show and certain things are going to be funny, but it's obvious that this is something that really truly bothers him, the way everybody keep coming for him and his situation with this baby and the baby mama, and nobody's really taking it seriously. Like, this is a child that's coming into the world. This is not fun and games. You know what I'm saying? And it's obvious, judging by last night's episode, that she still ain't learned nothing because she was laughing later on when the other girls was going at it. But Yandy goes on to say, how, her and Mendices have been struggling in their marriage and how they just got over the whole Alexis Sky situation. I don't know if y'all remember, but at some point during this year, Alexis Sky got on social media with that little gay boy from Atlanta that claimed to know everybody business and being real messy. He was on Atlanta Housewives with Drew Sidora and was telling Drew and Sheree business, and he put it out there that Mendice's supposed to be cheating on Yandy, and then Alexis Sky didn't stop it, so she had to come back on social media and apologize and all of this type of stuff. So Yandy says they had just dealt with that whole situation. They were doing fine. And then bam, boom, Zell made that comment. And then you got Kirk baby mama making comments about how Mendice's supposed to always be down at the bar and stuff like that. So, they make up with one another, but as we can see on next week's episode, it's going to come ahead with this whole is Mendice's cheating on Yandy situation. And I'm really not excited to see it, but I can't wait to see how this whole thing is going to break down. I just wish, though, that Yandy would have been more apologetic for the way that she handled Zell, because they had never had any issues with one another, and she shouldn't be taking his feelings so lightly. Amy and Scrappy go out on their fun date, and it was literally a fun date. I think they went to like Sky Zone or something like that, which was cute. It was something, fun and different. You get to act like a kid again. So they sit down and have a little one-on-one conversation, and Amy confesses in her confessional. She says, I was always told from Bambi that Scrappy was a Debbie Downer, but from what I'm experiencing, he's so much fun. Well, of course, he's going to show his best representation of himself if y'all going on this fun date. Who gonna come on a date with somebody for the first time and be all sad and depressed and got an attitude? Like, come on now, bro. Stop it. Everybody that Scrappy has ever dated has all said the same things about him, and we're not going to pretend like you don't know what has been said about him. So if you do date him, or if you do start laying down with him and then he play you for the fool that you're acting like, don't be shocked. Please do not be shocked by it, because Amy is acting like a dodo bird this season. Like, I am so disappointed in her. I was rooting for you, ma'am. I was rooting for you. So Amy goes on to say, when I thought me and your ex were friends, every time you were around, my eyeballs would adjust and look at you, and I would be like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. And I'm like, so you're admitting that when you were friends with Bambi, you found her husband attractive and had to make yourself not look at him in that way. So if you're admitting to feeling like that, were you ever really her friend, ma'am? Like, come on. More and more, you're starting to look like the villain in this situation because you make no sense at all. And even if y'all were able to work through this, I would never trust you ever in life. Now that I know that you looking at my piece, you know what I'm saying? You always had feelings for my husband at the time. Like, that's weird. I would have never admitted that a day in my life, and especially not on national television. That's some snake type behavior, Amy. Like, oh God. Like, I understand she's trying to put her stamp on this show and make herself relevant, but you are not going about it the right way at all. So after that, she asks him, is he still boinking Erica and Bambi? And he doesn't answer the question, which lets me know that that is a yes. I think that he's still boinking the both of them, especially Erica. And I think I might have mentioned this already, but like about a month or so ago, or maybe 2 months ago, Bambi sent him a bouquet of flowers to his house just because, thanking him for being a great father. So yeah, I could see him making drive-bys over Bambi house and Erica's. And Lord, I just hope if him and Amy get to smashing, she don't get pregnant. But child, I can so see that being the next narrative. This is a hot, stinking ghetto mess. It really honestly is. And it's just too much going on. It's honestly too much going on. And I'm looking at Scrappy sideways too, because you know that they used to be cool. You shouldn't even want to get involved in no mess like that, knowing that this chick was cool with your wife. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Like, everybody's nasty. Jock and Spice have lunch and he tells her that he's not going to do the album, mainly because he didn't have enough time to finish the song and because of the new direction of this album. He thought that this was going to be some UNITY type of energy, and it's turning it into some Chief Keef type of energy, and he ain't really on that. And I don't blame him, because how we doing a love and hip hop album and we got people dissing each other on the tracks? Like, what? Like, this is stupid. And then Spice pissing me off, talking about some, well, I can't control what people say. Yes, you can. You're the producer. You give them a direction of where we're going with this. This is the vibe that we're going for. You're letting them stipulate what your project is going to end up sounding like. So stop it. You're being messy and you're literally encouraging the foolishness. So Spice, goodbye. Please stop. So then we see Jock talking to Kendra about the whole situation with the Mo girl. And he basically negates when she brings up the fact that Mo said, you know, if I wanted him, I can have him or whatever. He like pushes that to the side and chooses not to focus on that, right? Because he wanted them to still make up. And he's telling Kendra, you know, you can't be acting like that. And this is that and the third. No, sir. No. Let's go back to this girl that was working for you, been in my home, knows me, had the mitigated gall to say to my face and in front of you that if she wanted you, she can have you. And you ain't got nothing to say about that. So it's giving me very much that conversation that they had outside was more than she was feeling some type of way about another chick on the inside. No. And Kendra, you're a dodo brain too. You're stupid and I'm sick of you. Please don't come back on the show. Please cut her out. She is annoying AF. It's the night of the joint engagement party. Everybody is in all white. Carly immediately asks the BAM to sit down and talk so they can, you know, address the little altercation that happened between them at Zell's baby mama reveal. And they end up, you know, sharing their grievances with one another. They decide to squash it and move forward. You know, Bambi was like, me throwing that phone at your forehead was not right. And, you know, it should never be resulting towards violence with one another. Amy is at the table with Hurricane Chris and I think some of the other guys or whatever, and Zell baby mama. And she tells Hurricane Chris and Carly's man that she in fact loves Sierra. She ain't really got no beef with Sierra. Her feelings was just hurt when she found out the little comment that Sierra made about her music video only getting like a couple hundred views. And I'm like, you have every right to feel some type of way about her saying that, but to take it to where it's at now, I don't feel like was that necessary. You could have easily said, that hurt my feelings when I heard that you said that about my music. You know what I'm saying? I never have disrespected you in that way. I don't feel like I deserved it. It was a better way to handle it, because now it has gone so far left. You know what I'm saying? And now it's gone so far left that you no longer look like the victim. You're starting to look like the antagonist in the situation. Because with the Sierra and Amy of it all, Sierra was the one that started it by making that little comment. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the Bambi and Amy situation, I feel like this is an Amy issue. I don't feel like Bambi has done anything terribly wrong to this girl. I feel like Amy has really blindsided the Bam, and to me, you were the one that was never the friend. You was the one that was the snake the whole time to me, because it's giving you wanted to be me. It's giving single black female. You wanted my life. You want to live in my skin. It's very weird. Zell then asks Amy, is she boinking Scrappy? And she says, no, they just went on a date, and says that she's always liked him, but she stayed clear because she thought Bam was her friend. Once again, why are you admitting this to people? Why? And I was so happy when Zell pointed it out. Like, you don't think that that's up, considering the fact that this just not an ex-boyfriend. This is this girl ex-husband, the father of her kids. You up here claiming to be mad about a dude that you dated 12 years ago that looked like he drank Coke 45 and put a needle in his arm at night. Like, girl, like what are we talking about here? Because you sound ridiculous. Chaotic then jumps into the conversation and was like, I want to see if Scrappy claiming her like she claiming him, because like he said in his confessional, Amy is in for a rude awakening. Like, I don't know what she thinks she doing, but Scrappy has a genius way of making you heifers look like absolute fools out here in these streets. Like, this is not boding well for you, nor will the outcome be in your favor either. Like, I'm so confused at what you think you getting off on. Like, you look stupid. This is Scrappy. You going this crazy over a man named Scrappy. Think about that. Telling him he fine and he got muscles and this, that, and the third on y'all date. Like, girl, really? He don't even pay his bills on time. He don't even know how to budget. What? You might as well stay with Mozzie. Like, I'm so like, what? Okay. Oh, right. So Sierra joins the conversation, and her and Amy get to arguing back and forth. And Amy says that Sierra messed up her face and that she tried to look like her, but it was botched, this, that, and the third. Zell in his confessional says that Amy looked like Wesley Snipes in The Fugitive. I didn't think that was a really good read. Amy is a pretty girl. All of these girls are pretty. But Amy does look like a deer. She does look like a deer, let's be honest. But Zell was activated at this point because he didn't like the fact that she was coming for the girl's looks. And at the end of the day, they might get into it one another, but Bambi and Sierra is still his homegirls, you know? So I didn't really blame him for stepping into the situation, but I just felt like that wasn't a really good read, you know, at the end of the day. But Amy was reading down. Gotta give it to her. She was reading down, honey. So Amy gives Zell a look, and he was like, don't be looking at me like that. He was like, I was rooting for you. And Amy says to Sierra, you know, loose, tight face. She was like, it's Amy's hours. It's Amy's hour. And Bambi said to her, it's never been your hour. It's always gay free minutes. Not she a Metro PCS or a Cricket. Jesus. So Amy was like, bye, Gummy. And Bambi said, you want to fuck on Scrap because he want to fuck on his mama and you look like his mama. Baby, I will never be able to not unsee it moving forward. I said, girl, you have uncracked Da Vinci's code. Because if that ain't the truth, Bambi ate with that one. She got that one. So then Bambi was like, Lucy, you told us about 10 that fuck on you. And Amy says, and when I decide to fuck Scrappy, I hope it's everything you used to tell me it was. See, this is why you can't tell hoes your business, especially not no new bitch. Cause that was some low down dirty shit to say to somebody. Really, bitch? But that's all you gonna get is a dick and a smile from a like him. You know what I'm saying? So come all you want to, girl. I hope you get several nuts, okay, out of the situation. So Zell was like, unknown species looking so Sierra was like, bro, with them thin ass legs, ho, they look like pencils. So she's screaming that after Amy as Amy is getting escorted out of the venue. Baby, a mess. I cannot wait for the season finale episode, well, the mid-season finale episode next week. It looks like it's going to be just as good. I'm excited for it all, honey. This was a great episode. I'm going to give it an A. I enjoyed it from beginning, middle to end. Very once again disappointed in Amy. She's out here looking crazy. It's making for great television, but she looked crazy, bro. She looked real crazy and dumb and stupid. Like, so disappointed. Look, Hurricane Chris even disappointed. Look at the man. Okay. His forehead so big, he can't even cover it with his hand. Woo! Y'all let me know though down below in the comment section what y'all thought about this episode. Who do you think is in the right and who do you think in the wrong? Are you team Amy or are you team Sierra and the Bam? And do you think that Zell was wrong for getting involved in the conversation? Let's talk about it. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, you guys. Make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.